What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Anime Clubhouse. I am your co-host, Kaim.
And I am your host, Yanko Rashad.
And today, man, we're going to be talking about some Jujutsu Kaisen. We're going to be covering Season 1. And I'm going to let my boy Yanko tell you about that. But before we get into the nitty-gritty with Jujutsu Kaisen, we're going to talk about some updates for anime in general. So, in case you missed it, Black Clover, the movie, is coming out June 16th on Netflix. You got Seven Deadly Sins, The Grudge of Edinburgh, Part 2. That releases in August of 2023 on Netflix as well. So if you didn't catch Part 1 of The Grudge of Edinburgh, make sure you go check it out now. It's on Netflix. Demon Slayer is out now. Demon Slayer Season 3 is on Crunchyroll. So if you don't have it, sign up, get you an account, go watch it. So it will be releasing weekly every Sunday. Rising of the Shield Hero Season 3, October 2023. That is also coming out on Crunchyroll, I believe. And then, of course, we got Jujutsu Kaisen, the topic of today. Season 2 is coming out July 6th, so be on the lookout for that. One Piece Chapter 1089, that is out now. So figure out where you need to go watch it or read it, whatever the case is. Go look at it. It's out. And then Bastard Season 2. That's a good anime. I recommend you watch it if you haven't. If you haven't heard of it, it's a good anime. It's on Netflix. Season 1 is already out, but Season 2 is coming out this year in 2023. Not sure what month yet, but they did say in 2023. So that is coming. So that is our news update for a couple of our favorite anime titles. If y'all got some stuff that y'all watching right now, please recommend it to us. And then I'm going to let Yanko go ahead and tell y'all what Jujutsu Kaisen is about in case you haven't heard of it.
Appreciate that, Kai. Appreciate it. So Jujutsu Kaisen, in my eyes, boom, boom, is Naruto. Better version of Naruto, though, because it is probably, in my opinion, deserves a spot in the big three, the next generation big three. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen definitely deserves a spot. Why? Story, amazing. Characters, even better. But before we go into depth of talking about Season 1 and maybe a little bit of part of Season 2 that's going to get animated in a little bit less than 90 days, before we get into that, let me ask Kai something. Kai, who is your favorite character so far from watching Jujutsu Kaisen?
My favorite character, I mean, I like Yuji, which is like the main protagonist in Jujutsu Kaisen, but I really like Gojo. Gojo, he's like he's a teacher at the school that Yuji goes to, and he's hard. Like his powers and ability, like I feel like we've just scratched the surface as to what he could really do. But he's like a nonchalant kind of dude. Like if you had to compare him to somebody in a different anime that's like nonchalant, who would you compare him to?
Well, that's the thing. He's nonchalant, but he's super powerful. So,
like, would you say, if we was comparing him to somebody from Naruto, like, would you say Kakashi or Pervy Sage? Like, who would you compare him to?
No, he gets Kakashi vibes all the time. Like, Kakashi, like, in Naruto. Not Naruto Shippuden or anything like that. I was going to say definitely Naruto. And, yeah, no, Satoru Gojo is an absolute wild character. I would definitely say. He is a strong guy. We did have a short talking about how he would kind of flex Goku, and a lot of people did not like that. Listen. I'll power scale with you. I will. I done it for a little minute. I will. It's, Goku being 5D, you got to show me that. You're going to have to show me in writing where he said this or where he showed a feat that's like this, because I've never seen it. But a 4D feat, yeah. He has a 4D feat. I think Gojo has a 4D feat, so kind of go hand in hand. But, I mean, outside of that, since Gojo is, since Yuji is your favorite character, I'm just going to tell you, Maki Zenin is my favorite character. Don't ask why. Maki is She is she's my wife. So like me and her go way back.
I like Maki. She's a like kind of a slept on character. Like we'll talk about her when we start diving in depth a little bit with the characters here. She is definitely, I think, in my opinion, a slept on character, and she's definitely another good female character in anime in general. Like her, I would put her up there with like the good female characters like from Black Clover. We got Mara Leona. Who else did we say was hella strong female characters? Yeah, Noelle is a good female character.
Sakura.
No. I wouldn't put Sakura in that list.
Come on, bro. Come on. As much hate as she get, we gotta give her props first, dude. Okay.
I mean, she definitely deserves her props. She does a lot, but I'm talking about just like raw strength alone, like actual ability.
Tsunade. I mean, that's about it. But there are a lot of good women characters out there. We're not saying there isn't. We just can't name them all of them off the top of our heads.
Right.
But yes, Maki is just like that. And once part of season 2 gets animated, it'll show why she's my woman, because she know how to handle her own. She definitely know how to handle her own.
Like I'm talking about like just straight up raw like female characters. Like you just watching the anime and you like, damn, she is tough. Like Sakura doesn't give you those kind of vibes. Like Sakura, she does her part behind the scene, and she be doing what she needs to do. She definitely is a crucial character in Naruto, but just like if you just looking at abilities and stuff, like you'll look at Maki. If you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen, you already know what Maki can do. Like her fighting skills are just crazy. And for somebody like who she can't use curse energy, right?
Nope.
So she can't
use it.
She's kind of like Asta. When we talked about Black Clover, if you've looked at that episode, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But Asta in Black Clover, he cannot use magic. In that anime, it's like they depend on magic, and Asta is somebody who cannot use magic. Maki in this universe of Jujutsu Kaisen, she cannot use I'm having a brain fart.
She can't see curses or use curse energy.
Yes, but curse energy.
But them hands and that what is it? Curse tools?
Yeah, the curse tools she be going crazy with the hands and the curse tools. I'm telling you, like that. And then if you look at like her, Mara Leona, Noelle, like she is up there with the strong characters. And it's other good female characters in other animes too. Like if you've seen Rising of the Shield Hero, Raphtalia is a nice strong character. Not to say that none of the women in the animes is not strong characters, but you just have some that might be stronger than others in terms of ability or fighting skills or what have you. But yeah.
And on top of JJK, Noabaru, which is this is why hold on, wait. This is why I call it Naruto, but a better version of Naruto. Think about everybody, okay? Noabaru is the better Sakura, okay? Reason why I say this, okay? You've seen every fight in season 1 that you've seen Noabaru in. Has she needed any help?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Oh, you talking about Kugasaki?
Yeah, Kugasaki. Yeah.
Yeah, I be like they have like in the anime. If you watched it, they refer to them from their first and last name a lot. So it just sometimes we talking about the same character, but Noabaru Kugasaki is her name. So if you hear us interchanging those two names, we talk about the same character. But yeah, she hasn't needed any help from anybody. She can hold her own, no doubt about it.
That's one thing I wanted to say about why Naruto, why I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen is the new Naruto, because in the instance I was talking about, I seen a TikTok of where Yuji and Naruto just walk past each other, and then Kuruma's like, there's a demon inside of him, and Sukuna's like, come find out. And you can see their auras like right behind each other, just basically like talking shit. I mean, and I do get sick of people saying this. I'm not comparing animes to say like, oh, who would beat who. I'm just saying like, this would be cool. I personally feel like Sukuna's beating Kuruma. Now, I could be wrong. Could be. Could be. I'm not saying that I am. I could be wrong. But I honestly do feel like Sukuna with all 10 of his fingers equals up to a lot more than a planet-busting nine-tailed fox. Sorry.
I gotta see how Sukuna's moving when he has all, what is it? What 10? Does he have, like 20 fingers?
Oh, yeah, it's 20 fingers, yeah.
Yeah, when he has all 20 of his fingers, because he kind of like a problem now. Like, people are scared of him and he doesn't even have all his fingers. So, to give y'all, if you haven't seen this anime, like a little context, Sukuna is... Okay, so before we get into that, just explain to them what Jujutsu Kaisen is about and like how we got to Yuji and Sukuna.
Okay, yeah, we got to backpedal a little bit. All right, so Jujutsu Kaisen basically it's an anime that where all the bad emotions that people have, regret, fear, all those bad emotions before death, or either somebody that's living with it. Those things manifest into curses. Okay, curses can be one of two things. It can be a problem, or it can just be a nuisance. Okay, so you can have a little bitty curses, and you can have your special grade curses, which I'm about to go down the calendar of like which each curse is, or what each curse can be classified as. It can be a level 1 curse, level 2, level 3, and then a special grade. Special grade is the highest grade. Just because those are usually curses that are hella strong.
And you don't want to run into one of those.
You definitely don't want to run into one of those, because they will eat you. And special grade curses are basically like the hey, I am the strongest mother effer around here, and you should watch out for me. So that's basically what the special grades are. Now, this is where Yuji Itadori and Megami Fushihiro and Nobuharu Kurosaki all come in. Okay, so Yuji is a normal kid. His grandfather passes away, and the only thing he has for him is his paranormal club. Okay, and so crazily that the paranormal club stumbles upon Sukuna's first finger. And what do? They unravel the talisman that's on the finger.
It was like wrapped up. I guess it was like trying to keep it sealed or something, and they decided to unravel it. And I guess that like made it more detectable, because in this realm of cursed spirits and cursed energy, like the curses, they try to like... the curses, like, what do? Do they like absorb other like powerful curses to make themselves more powerful? Like the relics, I guess, like
they just eat people.
But like the curses were after Sukuna's finger to like make themselves more powerful.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yes. But the reason why that usually can't work or doesn't work is because that, I think I told you, that 1 in a million chance of Yuji turning into Sukuna was literally 1 in a million. Like, if someone else tried to do it now, while Sukuna has a vessel, they're going to die. The finger's going to most likely, like, rot them out, and that energy is probably going to go to Sukuna's, like, main body. Like, that's why nobody else has actually tried it. In the manga,
talking about like people or curses too.
People or curses, either one. Honestly, if some people are a little bit in the manga, I can at least say this part. In the manga, they were keeping 3 of Sukuna's fingers for him to eat. They were trying to feed it to him. Now, that's one of those things that why didn't they just eat it themselves? Because they know they're not dumb enough to do something that stupid. Honestly, while Yuji does have Sukuna, like right now, nobody can eat his finger or do any of that wild stuff, because it's just, you're going to create another Sukuna if that 1 in a million does happen. And secondly, that's just going to scatter his power out like a little bit more. So,
that's an interesting take. I wonder what would happen if they did hit another 1 in a million. If somebody did come across his finger and eat it and it actually happened, like what would happen? Because he's already in a vessel.
Yeah.
So how would that work? Like, would he be in 2 places at once?
I honestly want to see. I've never seen out of even the manga or in like the In the manga or in the anime, I had to think before I said that statement. In the manga or the anime, I've never seen anyone having like two of the same curses, or if that being is super strong. I've never seen like two of them split up in separate spots. So that one's gonna be a little bit, up for people's imagination for real.
Okay, I think that would be tough. I don't know. I have to see what I think would happen, but
That would be fucking tough if that did happen, but it would just be confusing at the same time,
I feel like knowing Sukuna, like just like his personality, I feel like if it did happen, that somehow he would be able to just have two different vessels and somehow figure out to manipulate them to doing whatever he was trying to do.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that sounds like him because he's a very manipulative person. He's also the person who just loves himself a little bit more than others should, but that's neither here nor there. Like kind of diving back into the story just a little bit, and like we were talking about. So, lo and behold, after Yuji and his paranormal club do some stupid shit, basically a curse is hunting them down, trying to get the finger, or just get them in general. And Yuji eats the finger and becomes Sukuna's second vessel, becomes his second vessel. And that's where we have our protagonist, our Yuji Itadori, and his demon Sukuna, which is just like Naruto and Kurama, except the backstories are completely different. Like none of them are the same. That's one thing I will say.
One of Yuji's like future friends that he meets is Megami. So while he was at school, Megami was actually in the process of trying to hunt down this finger, which is the cursed object or whatever you want to call it. He was in the process of trying to hunt it down, and then as Yuji's friends had it, that's when Megami was coming to try to get rid of it, because Megami is a jujutsu sorcerer, and a jujutsu sorcerer are the people in charge of destroying these curses and protecting the world from these curses and keeping everybody safe. So he was trying to get rid of this curse and keep the finger out of these curses' hands, and that's when he kind of ran into Yuji. And it was his friends in trouble, so Yuji of course wasn't going to sit back and watch, so he helped in the process. He ate the finger to keep it away from the curse, and he became Sukuna's vessel, like Yanko said. But that's just one of two of what they call the first years, because he'll go on later in the story. Of course they have to keep tabs on him now because he ate fucking Sukuna's finger, so now they have to keep tabs on him. So that leads to him enrolling in Tokyo Jujutsu High, which is basically a school for jujutsu sorcerers. And at first they wanted to kill his ass. They wanted to just let him die.
But Gojo wasn't having that. Gojo said, "You know what? I'm gonna stand up for him." And that's what the thing. That's the thing. That's not Gojo's first time standing up for a child when the elders just wanted to kill him. Now I will say that
we could use this kid.
Yeah, and
I see the potential in this kid.
I was gonna say, and like he's seen it in the same person, because that's the crazy part. You don't know it yet, but when you watch the movie, you will. Gojo has another student that is just like Yuji, that has a demon inside of him, and the demon's super powerful, and there's only a few. Yeah, no, Gojo has another student like that, except that student is cracked. He's super cracked, and I actually said his name and stuff earlier, so you probably won't remember.
Way cracked than Yuji? Okay. But do you think Yuji will get to his level once he has all of Sukuna's fingers, or if he ever gets all of Sukuna's fingers?
110%.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Okay. So at Jujutsu High, they got their system is kind of like school. They have first year students, second year, third year students. It goes to fourth year students too, right? Or does it stop at third year?
No, it's third year students.
Okay, yeah. So third year's courses. Yeah, so third years is like the top. Third year students are like your seniors in high school. They're at the top of the food chain or whatever, and probably your most powerful students there too. Could be because they have the experience and they've been doing this for a long time. But that don't mean the first years are just like slacking off either.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I said them first years is actually the problem for out of all of the other years. Sorcerers, them the ones that give people the most problem.
So then another student that we meet, Kugasaki, we was talking about her earlier, the one of the powerful female characters in this. That's another first year student. Them three are kind of like, I guess you could say the main three protagonists, but like they are all first year students, so they all run in the same circle or whatever. But yeah, when did they first meet Kugasaki? I think they were on a mission. Were they on a mission when they first met her?
They were on a mission, and Gojo had either brought her or something like that. Like, I don't know if she wanted to go shopping or swimming or whatever the case was. It was one of the two, though.
Gojo is their teacher, and Gojo is, we talked about a little bit, he is absolutely cracked. Like,
Insane.
It's so funny how nonchalant he is, and he is like that in terms of just ability and power. But like, you know, after we meet Kugasaki, you know, later on down the line, they kind of have like this tradition that they do with another school, and they're not the only school for Jujutsu sorcerers. There are more schools. So you got Tokyo Jujutsu High, which is where they go, and then there's another school that they kind of compete with, I guess, if you want to say. It's called Kyoto Jujutsu High, and you know, there's more students over there, but they kind of have like this this competition that they have where they kind of compete and fight against each other to I guess you could say, to see who the strongest is. All right, Yako, can you enlighten everybody on like what the thing is between Tokyo Jujutsu High and Kyoto Jujutsu High, like the competition that they have? Like, is it just to see who's the strongest, or like make the first years go head to head? Like, why do they do that?
So they do that just because it's a friendly tradition. Originally, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, it's obviously just to see who's the strongest, just because I think they changed it up this year. Like, what we've seen isn't what usually happens, because I forget, I believe it's episode 18 or actually episode 15 when they announce what they're doing. It's all kind of like a surprise. They're like, oh, we're doing this. I think it's supposed to be usually one-on-ones. And they did like a
baseball
group. Well, no, that was a little bit different. They usually always do that. But they usually said it's always like one-on-one, like 1v1, instead of like the group activity that they did, instead of them, you know, just fighting each other in a ring one-on-one. So I feel like if it would have went that route, I do not know who would have won. But honestly, I just know Tokyo Jujutsu High. Well, shit, I don't know. It's a few people that probably would have cost it, but. I feel like Yuji would have got put out if he had to fight. Like, if it was tournament style, say like he beat somebody, he got to stay in the ring, beat somebody, stay in the ring. I don't feel like he would have came out of that.
Yeah, I feel like he probably would have, but I'm not gonna throw away the fact that he could have surprised us and won, because I feel like Yuji is a fast learner. Like, he doesn't have a grip on cursed energy the way everybody else does and know how to really use it with his abilities and stuff yet, but he is a fast learner, so I feel like he would have caught on. And Toto, I feel like if he was to fight somebody, if he was going to up against Toto, I feel like Toto would have like kind of gave him the secrets like he did when they was fighting that curse, kind of put him on game so it could be a fair fight. Like, I feel like that's what he would have done. And for y'all who don't know, Toto he goes to Kyoto Jujutsu High, and he's a third year and like probably the strongest student there.
Yeah, he probably the strongest. Nah, he is the strongest. Never mind. Because it's show ain't Mekamaru, show ain't Miwa. It sure as hell ain't. Yeah,
Mai.
Yeah, no, Mai
or Momo. None of them.
Fucking trash.
Momo, I don't know what she doing. But like, okay, so we can kind of we've kind of talked about a little bit of the story a little bit. We can kind of go into some of the characters' abilities, because like they all can, not everybody can use curse energy, but for the ones who can, like they have different abilities and use curse energy differently. So like, you know, I guess you can kind of tell them about like Megami and Kugasaki's like abilities with their curse energy, because usually like he's the vessel for Sukuna, but like he just started like discovering his being able to use curse energy effectively, and like all he really does is like punch with it. But like, what about talk to them about Megami's abilities and Kugasaki, and then like the infinite domains and all that? They gonna love that.
So the main characters, along with a few other people, do have certain little abilities. So what Kurosaki is able to do with her hammer and nail is she's able to imbue curse energy inside of a nail with her hammer that can essentially either stab a target, pin a target, or just trap a target. And her moves are pretty good. She technically doesn't have a domain. And Megami. So Megami is a little bit different. He uses Shikigami. So he uses 10 Shikigami. Okay, yeah. So this is Kurosaki Noboru. Right
yeah,
here.
I just wanted to give y'all a visual so y'all could see.
She is bae, not like wife lady bae, but she's definitely a good looking young lady, definitely. And Megami, his Chimera Shadow Garden is his domain expansion, and what inside of some people may know what this domain is because a lot of people reference Bleach. Yes, this domain is from Bleach. Yes, that is the same thing. And yes, this is Megami right here. Eventually we'll probably, show you guys some other characters too. Megami's Chimera Shadow Garden domain expansion allows him to infinitely summon as many Shikigami as he wants. And just completely terraform the terrain. Even though I should have definitely used a different word. But yes, that is what it allows him to do. His main Shikigami that he does use is Demon Dogs, Nue, and
let me see if they have a picture here. And for those who may not be familiar, what are Shikigami?
Shikigami are basically spirits. Spirits, like in this case, they're monsters. They're basically like shadow monsters that he can call on any given chance. Like his Nue can fly and it uses lightning.
I think this is the one.
Yep, Nue. Indeed it is. And then Demon Dog, it's two dogs. One can smell really good, the other one attacks really good, but they both can do their thing. And Orochi, I think that's his other main one. Orochi is a snake, which is used to obviously bind things or just add them raw. Yep. I was gonna say that's our stuff right there. I love doing that. But yeah, speaking of that, yeah, I do have Megami and the Demon Dogs up there too. Speaking of that, I have a whole bunch of Jujutsu Kaisen Funko Pops right behind the computer. But yeah, this is the Shikigami that Megami uses. Now, when Megami gets to 10, I will say this because I have seen it. When Megami gets to 10, is a problem. There is a huge problem. And there's technically only 2 people at the time that it happens that can solve this problem. And one of them actually won't be able to. But when he uses 10, that shit's a wrap. I don't know what
10,
the fuck.
10 what?
Like when he gets up to the number 10 of his Shikigami.
Oh,
because he got 10 of them.
So what is he on? Like the Demon Dogs? We've seen the snake, the flying one.
6, because he got the frog. He got the frog.
Okay, yeah, the frog.
And I think it was like a bunny or something like that, it was somewhere. But just know, he get past them numbers. Ooh, shit.
Oh, and explain this real quick for the viewers. Like, this is still a demon dog, but one of his demon dogs died.
So what happens is, when one of the Shikigami dies, what he can do is transfer that power of the fallen Shikigami into a different one. So in this case, White Demon Dog dies, White Demon Dog gets fused with Black Demon Dog, and he gets this. So that's
more powerful Demon Dog.
Yeah. And to kind of go into perspective real quick, also, I know he's bringing it up, domain expansions. The one rule about these domain expansions is, or not one rule, it's multiple rules. They can be thank you, with Megami actually about to perform his. You can either lay out a domain that's stronger than the one that's already laid out, or you can break in or out of it. Now, none of that is simple. None of that shit's simple, and those are the rules. So I mean,
it's very difficult to get out of a domain expansion. It's easier to break into one, but it's difficult to do both. But getting out is more difficult than breaking into one.
Because that is the damn sure the truth. The one time that Yuji actually broke into one, it's probably the best scene that I've ever seen. It was when Sukuna basically had to put.
It was when Nanami was fighting, right?
It was the other one.
I thought Nanami was fighting that curse spirit, that curse user.
Mahito?
I forgot what his name was. Yeah, Mahito.
Yeah, no, he was. Okay. So to say, what was Nanami and Yuji? So they jumped him, and that's what it was. That's what I lost track. Yes, when Sukuna put Mahito in his place, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, I don't know why the fuck I just blanked out on that one. But yeah, when that happened, that was absolutely perfect because it showed the type of character Sukuna is. He doesn't like to be disrespected and doesn't let people disrespect him. He warned them one time. The fact that it happened the second time, he acted on it. He's a merciless ruler. And honestly, I mess with that.
And this right here, just like this look on Megami's face right here, let me tell you right now, Gojo is their teacher over at Tokyo Jujutsu High, and he already we told you he's cracked, and we already told you how nonchalant he is. He can see potential, no doubt about it. He already knows what Megami can do. He knows what Yuji can do, Kugasaki. He knows what they will be capable of in the future. This look right here, this is from a pep talk from Gojo. He was like, I already know what you can do deep down. You just don't know what you could do deep down yet, and it's okay. You just got to find that. And he was like, all right, okay, Gojo. And that look that he has in this picture right now is an example of that. And this is just scratching the surface of what he's going to be able to do.
And that's also a reason why Sukuna doesn't want anyone to hurt him. First manga readers, we know why, but everybody else will have to figure it out.
Yeah, so everybody that's not into that part yet and hasn't read the manga, Sukuna has some weird fascination with Megami, and it's not completely clear yet, but he's like fascinated by like his ability, I believe. So he's on some sneaky shit. He made a deal with Yuji to like take over his body at certain points, and it's playing a part in him trying to like figure out what more Megami can do. But we'll learn more about that as they keep on releasing the anime, or unless you decide to read the manga and find out. But yeah, he has a fascination with Megami. So if he has a fascination with him, you know he must be cracked in some way, shape, or form. But I'm gonna jump back to Kugasaki real quick because I didn't get the chance to show many pictures of her. But we saw a little bit. We saw her hammer and her nails, kind of like, she uses her curse energy with these and like does different kind of attacks and like, hitting the hammer with the nails. And what's her ability like with the doll when she explain to them what that is?
It's voodoo. It's really like voodoo. So what it is that as long as she had gotten blood from her target, she could put a mark on you. Okay. And every time it does pain to her, like if it does pain to her, it's going to do pain to you. But the pain might feel worse than what she's actually feeling.
Trying to see if I can find an example. This is a partial example of that. She was fighting some curse she was fighting two curses and they were brothers. They actually were like real people, but
curse paintings.
Yeah, the curse paintings, they were real people at a point in time. So the quick background of that, it was this mother and she was giving birth to two cursed babies, and there was a jujitsu sorcerer who aborted them. So they were like, reborn into these curses, and they had these abilities. And that's who
And
she was fighting with Yuji.
yeah, I was gonna say, and that's a pretty good summary of it. But fucking Nobunaru, and like I said, this new 3 is a lot better than Naruto because no one's useless. Everyone can hold their own. In this last episode of season 1, that's all you seen is this group holding their own, not calling for backup, not oh my god, we should wait till Naruto gets. No, we're not doing any of that. They are getting straight to the bag. Megami, domain expansion. Sukuna, we don't even want to know what happened. The challenger that Nobunaru probably riding in, it's going already.
Yeah, now like I will say that like they do help each other, but it's completely different from like them like saying, "Oh no, let's wait for Naruto to get here." Like Kugasaki, like you will see her probably get some help from Megami or Yuji, you know, in a fight or something. But don't get it twisted. She can definitely hold her own for sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, no, she definitely can. Now, Sakura. I've seen so many times Sakura then got fucking her ass beat.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not taking Sakura in a fight against anybody for real, unless they just like just weak as hell. But like Kugasaki right here, yeah, she is cold.
No, she a demon, bro. She a fucking demon.
And here's another picture of her doing her like voodoo, so to speak. Like she creates this little straw doll once she gets that blood from her opponent, and then she can deal that damage like that.
Yes, sir. And we're going to jump on the other side. We're going to talk about some of the Kyoto students real quick. First person we're going to talk about.
Or do you want to cover the second years before we jump into Kyoto?
I mean, we can cover some of the second. Yeah, we can cover the second years.
We haven't met Yuta yet, so we'll probably leave him out because we haven't the season 1 we haven't seen. We don't know about him yet. I think you said they cover him in the movie.
In the movie, they cover all.
Okay, yeah. So just for the sake of this episode, we'll just talk about these 3, which we definitely see in this first season.
Yeah.
But just Maki is the one we were talking about earlier. She cannot use cursed energy, so she uses cursed tools, and her combat skills are just very good.
Very.
But this is what she actually looks like. That first picture is what she will look like, but this is what she looks like now. This is a better picture. This is really what she looked like.
There we go. That's Maki. Ooh, Jesus. So Miss Zenin. Where do I start? The Zenin clan are honestly like the Uchiha clan. No figure. Because on the outside it looks all gravy, on the inside it's bitch shit. So basically, her sister and her were slaves to an evil lord who was very greedy, very, very like just wasn't nice.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, basically. And they were just meat riding her sister the entire time. Lo and behold, she didn't even get any magical power. I mean, that was just to see if she would get it, but no.
And so her sister Mai, she can use curse energy, but Maki cannot. So, you know, with their clan stuff, Maki didn't want to stay there. So basically what they were wanting to do, they were wanting them to just stay there and like basically serve the ruler, right? And just like be housewives, essentially, just do whatever they're told to do. And Maki wasn't down with that. You know, she wanted a higher purpose, and she wanted to, you know, do something to make a difference, and she wanted to be a jujitsu sorcerer. So she left, and her sister had no choice but to go with her because I guess it was going to be consequences if she decided to stay. So she had to run away with her sister as well, and they ended up going to 2 different schools.
And the consequences, we ain't gonna talk about them just because I already know, like, half her family's fucking crazy. But yeah, Maki didn't have the best of childhood, and she definitely still isn't having the best of just life in general. But she's my baby. Yeah, that little 4-year-old freak right there, that's my baby. But it's because she can put an entire army in a chokehold and not think about it twice.
But yeah, so she uses her curse tools and stuff, and she's a really good fighter. Her sister, on the other hand, her sister's name is Mai. Here she is right here.
So useless.
And talk to them. Tell them a little bit about what she uses her curse energy with. Like, what's her ability?
Mai's ability, she uses rubber bullets and infuses them with cursed energy to basically make them go faster. She's very accurate, especially when there are things or if there is anything in her way. Like if there's a
She
car,
can shoot you from hella far away.
yeah.
Like I'm talking about through an entire fucking forest, and she will hit you. Like, and it's trees and all kinds of shit in the way. You know, here's a little gif of her going against her sister, and like you can see her little bullet that's being shot.
But then guess what? Yes, sir. Oh, what?
Yeah, they didn't show it apart.
Way. I was about to say, and guess what? Fucking Maki Banana splits that motherfucker.
Did she cut it or did she catch it?
She caught it.
Yeah, she straight caught it.
She cut a few of her other ones. But yeah, no, that one, that was like close to her face. She said, That motherfucker was right here. She said, Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, yeah, I need to stop doing that. Like, I can't be catching these like that. Like, it was just no big fucking deal.
I mean, but like I said, once you find out the bit of piece of information that you're missing, you can be like, nah, keep doing it.
Okay, now remember, y'all, Mai is from Kyoto Jujutsu High.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the second years at Tokyo Jujutsu High, a couple of these guys are interesting. So here's Toji. Toji he's a cursed speech user.
Yes, sir, from the Inumaki clan.
So tell them, what is a cursed speech user?
So cursed speech users, it's not as simple as it might sound. Like, some people are probably thinking like, oh, I could just say a sentence and then this will happen and this will happen and this will happen. No, you can say a word. Based on how much cursed energy you have, it depends on, how many words you can say or how big your target is. If your target is super, super massive, then it won't work, obviously. But if your target's like smaller than the explosion, then they can just blow it up by themselves.
His cursed energy and his ability with the cursed speech, like, it's very powerful. Like, he has to like talk in code words because like it's that powerful. Like, he can't just speak whatever he wants to because of his ability. Like, he has to say, like, if you watch the anime, you'll just hear him saying random shit like salmon. And like somebody will ask him a question and he might respond and say some shit like salmon because he just can't he can't talk. So like, doesn't Panda do a lot of speaking for him? So Panda is another second year. I guess you could say him and Toji are kind of tight. Are they?
Let's clear this up real quick.
He's not necessarily a person.
Yeah, I was gonna say Panda is a cursed doll. So yeah, no, he's not even a person. He's not even an animal.
Yeah, he was created.
He's an inanimate object by Master Yaga,
which is like the headmaster of the school.
Yep, principal. Yes, sir.
And this Panda is cracked. Let me tell you.
Hands. That's why he got the things on his hands. Let me tell you. That's why he got the things on his hands, because he handy mandy.
And sorry, y'all, we forgot that it might be spoilers. Like, of course, if there would be spoilers if you haven't seen the anime, because we're discussing season 1. But I don't know if you want to. Whatever, there's spoilers. But he has different transformations. Like, this Panda is cracked. Like.
Yeah, as long as he speaks to the inner animal that's actually in him, he can unlock those different ones time by time.
I'm trying to see if they have a picture of any of his transformations on here. But if you watch the anime, I'm telling you, this Panda is definitely going to surprise you.
I was going to say, he definitely going to give you the 1s and the 2s and the 3s and the 4s, especially after beating up a robot. And then,
but he's insanely strong.
Yeah, no. Wait, who, Mekamaru? Or are you talking about
No, Panda. Yeah, Panda.
Oh, yeah, no. It's because he was made during Yaga's prime, that's why. Yes, I say so. Most of his cursed energy, I think, went to that.
Yeah, so, like, we talked about some of their abilities, and, like, Yuji, we know he's possessed, like, he's Sukuna's vessel. So, like, we haven't seen the full extent of his power because he has to keep eating the rest of Sukuna's fingers. I don't know if we said it earlier, but Sukuna has 4 arms. Like, when Sukuna was alive back in the day, he had 4 arms. So I forgot how they defeated him, but when they defeated him, they like cut all his body parts up and spread them out or whatever they did with it. So he wants to gather all of his fingers back so he can be powerful again. So, that's what they're trying to do, and they just want to collect the fingers so they have them all, or else other people be going after them. But Yuji, like he uses curse energy when he fights, and he kind of like punches with his curse energy, and it's it's a really hard like impact from those punches. But he also uses something called Black Flash. Explain to them what Black Flash is.
Black Flash is basically once you pull all of your cursed energy into one point and you release it, and it really shows the sky who you are.
Yeah, I saw somebody, I think it was a GIF down here earlier of somebody using Black Flash. I don't remember who I was looking at when I saw it. It might have been Kukusaki.
I was going to say, if not, it was probably Nanami.
What is this? Here it is right here, I think. Is this it?
No, that was when... Yeah, wait. Yeah, that was when they both did a double team Black Flash, yeah.
Yeah, but any Jujutsu sorcerer can use Black Flash, right?
Yeah, but I mean, there's certain people who can unlock it a little bit. Like Kurosaki has never done Black Flash before that point in time. Mm-hmm. Yuji has. Yuji was studying it.
Like it could be a spur of the moment thing where, like, they just in that moment they just get that power.
I was gonna say it definitely can be. Trust me.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna wrap things up here. We kind of gave y'all a little taste of everything. Talked about a little bit of the introduction of Jujutsu Kaisen and kind of what's going on. Gave y'all a little background about some characters, but next episode we're gonna definitely go more in depth and talk about more of the characters, and then definitely dive more deeply into the story and how we got to where we are now with the end of season 1 and everything. So we hope you guys enjoyed the episode, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all with part 2 of this episode, man. Be sure you go check us out over on YouTube. Give us a listen over there. Go watch this full video. You can listen to it in the car. We are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so give us a listen over on those platforms. Yeah, man. We'll catch y'all in the next one.